I wanted to talk today about some stuff that I've been doing this last week. For the last few weeks, I've been talking about some outdoor stuff and some things kind of related to the lockdown, pandemic stuff. But I might kind of change what I was talking about a little bit for this podcast. What I wanted to get into was some of the training stuff I've been looking into around Logic Pro 10.5 that has just come out recently. And I thought it'd be kind of cool to go over a little bit of an overview of some of the new features and stuff that are there, and some of the stuff that you can do with a digital audio workstation, and why I'd bother talking about it. But I think it was about a year ago or so, I was talking about setting up this studio in the house that I'm at here, and how I was getting a PC computer ready to go. It was an older one. It was, I think, like something from some desktop I had around from 2010 or 11 or so. Yeah, about that time. And I remember getting that computer set up with I had like Windows 10 on it, and then I was using, I think, this same audio interface, USB out into the computer, and then I had downloaded Sonar, the new version of Sonar that you can get for free. I think it had been owned by what was Cakewalk Sonar, and then I think Gibson had bought out Cakewalk. And so it became Gibson Sonar, and then I think Gibson decided that wasn't going to be part of their business anymore, and so I think they just kind of shut it down, essentially, but then sold that off to BandLab. And BandLab is it's another internet company. They have kind of a simplified digital audio workstation app that you can use to kind of create a demo or something like that. But what they had done is they'd gone through, I guess, and had purchased, probably for a relatively inexpensive price, I assume, since they're just keeping it and kind of hardly maintaining it, or doing a bit to maintain it. But they took the Sonar Platinum program, the full digital audio workstation multi-tracking tool, and they made it free for people to use and for people to get. But I think it's only a Windows-only program, so you got to have Windows 10 to run it. So I did that, yeah. And Sonar was a program that I had worked with before for doing some studio multi-tracking stuff, I think years ago, probably around like 2012, 2013, when I was working with some friends to set up some studio equipment stuff. It was cool. We had like a big Soundcraft Ghost that was laid out, and then we had a bunch of channels kind of running into that from the microphones that we're using to track this band, and then that all went into a pretty old computer. It was amazing what it could do, for just it was probably like a 2 gigabyte of RAM, smaller hard drive, 2004, 5, 6 era PC computer. No, it probably wouldn't even need that much, right? There's something about that time, but that's what we used. Yeah, that's like all we had with us. We had I think it was like a PreSonus audio interface, and then we got like an 8-channel audio interface. That was really cool. We had like eight digital audio channels coming into the interface, which means we could track 8 live channels into Sonar at a time, and it didn't even hiccup, even on that old machine. And so it was interesting how that architecture worked to do some editing stuff. But Sonar is what I had been using before for some stuff. Really, Adobe Audition is what I'd used most for some of this kind of the more simple